Welcome to today's edition of the show podcast.
If there were ever a time for the Academy to abandon its traditional bias against comedy, it's now. As much as the Oscars strive to celebrate the best movies and the artists responsible for making them, the Academy is certainly susceptible to intense scrutiny. Green Book as Best Picture in the year of our Lord 2019. And major blind spots. Parasite's triumph at last year's ceremony was objectively awesome, but it also underlined the Oscars' historic shortcomings. It took more than 9 decades for a non-English language film to nab Best Picture. Whether it's broadening the types of films that can win top awards or diversifying its membership, progress within the Academy can happen, but it tends to be frustratingly incremental. In addition to repeatedly delivering non-diverse nomination slates, the Oscars have also failed at evaluating what makes good acting outside of the typical conventions. For the Academy, that's most apparent with the voting body's long-standing aversion to comedy. Traditionally, acting nominees are overwhelmingly skewed in favor of dramatic work, in which a certain level of seriousness seems to be synonymous with prestige. Unfortunately, the Academy can't retroactively give Tiffany Haddish the love she deserved for a fantastically bonkers performance in Girls Trip, but the Oscars are slowly beginning to recognize more work that defies the usual standards. It was only a couple of years ago that Olivia Colman won Best Actress for an unconventionally hilarious lead performance in The Favourite over presumptive frontrunner Glenn Close, whose work in The Wife, Whispers, She Was the Wife, was more in the Academy's wheelhouse. Still, you can count on one hand the number of actors nominated for full-on comedic performances at the Oscars this century: Melissa McCarthy, Bridesmaids, Robert Downey Jr., Tropic Thunder, and Renee Zellweger, Bridget Jones's Diary, all of whom went home empty-handed. Given how rarely the Academy honors comedy these days, the fact that Maria Bakalova even got a nomination this year feels like a victory in and of itself. After all, it's not just that Bakalova was nominated within a customarily ignored genre. She was nominated for a crass mockumentary that required her to do everything from performing a fertility dance at a debutante ball with visible menstrual blood to sitting down for a now infamous interview with a disgraced political figure. Rewarding Bakalova's work, which flies in the face of what typically constitutes an Oscar-worthy performance, won't fix the Academy's bias against comedy overnight. Nevertheless, that kind of recognition would still be a great success,